When you think back to your childhood, what do you remember about how death was explained to you? Did anyone sit you down and talk about it, or was it something you just picked up along the way? For some people, conversations around death and dying were barely talked about when they were growing up. For others, it may have been explained through stories, beliefs, or even euphemisms. Things like, they went to sleep, or we lost them, or they've gone to a better place. Personally, I don't remember having many valuable conversations about death or grief growing up. And that's not shade, it's just a fact, it's what happened. I remember the ghost stories elders would tell about loved ones from many moons ago. I remember adults giving vague details when someone died. I also remember being told we go to heaven when we die, and at my first funeral, I remember seeing my grandfather in the casket and his chest looked like it was moving up and down, and I honestly thought he was still breathing. But that was really it. And what strikes me is how many people had similar childhoods where death was either not talked about at all or explained in ways that left many unanswered questions. Those early experiences may have shaped how we relate to mortality. They may have shaped how comfortable we are talking about death and dying, and even how we grieve. For those I've met who did have more open conversations as children, almost all of them say it helped. It gave them perspective and prepared them for adulthood. If we grow up believing death is scary, that dying is something we don't talk about, or that grief should only be expressed in private and for a limited time, we carry that into adulthood. But if instead a child hears it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to miss them, and if conversations are honest and age appropriate, that child will likely grow up knowing death isn't something to fear. It's something we can talk about, something we can share, something we can move through together. So when I ask, what do you remember about how death was explained to you? I'm really inviting you to notice the messages you were given and how they may still show up in the way you see death today. Did adults in your life talk about it openly? Did they avoid the subject completely? Or did they soften the words so much that you were left confused? There's no one right answer, but I do believe that naming our experiences, whether they were comforting, confusing, or silent, helps us reclaim the way we want to talk about death and grief today. So I'll leave you with this. If you're supporting a child or even just reflecting on your own experiences, remember that the way we talk about death, dying, and grief, or don't talk about it, can shape how we carry it for the rest of our lives. I'd love to hear from you. How was death explained to you as a child? And how do you wish it had been handled? Honor where you are and where you'd like to be, and see you soon.